Welcome back. Apologies for the delay after that first game, but look, we told you we were going to get you Galaxatives, Zinnia, so we're going to get you Galaxatives. This time, though, they're going to be taking on 2 Glasses of Milk, Please. Two teams which did win their first round. And you want to know the crazy thing? I'm looking at the wins and losses, and everybody went 3-0 in the first round.
Oh my god. I don't think that's happened in a single Monday night so far.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever happened before either. So it was a very fast round, fortunately for us, which means hopefully we'll be able to get into that next game quite quickly. But a little bit of a shocker, maybe. Temp Name abandoned us, dropping their matchup. I wasn't expecting to see, you know, that squad 0-1. Similarly as well, I mean, we're here to pay alone. Just because Imagination is a player I kind of rate highly. I'm a little bit surprised they kind of wound up dropping, but had some tough matches either way. We're jumping straight into it, though. This next game, Galaxatives taking on 2 Glasses of Milk, Please. And this time we are, in fact, actually loading in. So I'm excited for this. We're going to be going to Night Market for our first match on stream. And look, Night Market, it's a classic. Divided into halves. Mobility, always a bit of a struggle, I suppose. Let's get the speed boost in the middle. What should we be looking for in this big man phase?
I think we're going to be looking for some... Night Market's generally a map that favors kill. So we're probably going to be seeing... from these teams, we might see a Luna here. The X-Band out from the Galaxative side. That's Throwney's signature pick. And I think that was what he would be looking for on this Night Market.
I think a good backup in that situation probably, I'm going to assume, will be maybe the Juliet, or I guess in this case hovering the Zentaro. We are seeing this from the 2 Glasses of Milk, Please perspective.
We see both guys picked out immediately, and then we see Finny and Era for the midfield pick, it seems like.
Yeah, Finny's been rising in popularity in that midfield. It happens to be. I think it is just that special. It's just so good at either slowing down the pace or just ensuring that you're able to find possession for the next flurry of plays. So not too surprising to see that go in that direction. Also an Asher forward from Toxsuh.
Interesting. This is one of his signatures pick. I have to say, I rate Finny very highly. I have since her release, and I think this character is maybe the most underrated in the game.
Well, we are going. You say the most underrated player in the game. For me, it's a must ban every game I'm in. All right, so I made agreement right now. Asher has just been feeling so oppressive as of late. And we'll see how it plays out. Perfect Form and Spark of Resilience are the 2 awakenings for this one. Tox as well as Omegas are opting for the Spark, so we'll be keeping tabs on them to see how their Spark builds go as Tox gets the first KO.
We're seeing interesting things here from the Awakening draft. We see Perfect Form and Spark of Awakening. Everything on Galaxative's side picks Perfect Form, except for Toxsuh, who's looking for the Sparks here. And it seems like Thrownee as well.
Yeah, so it's going to be the 2 most forward-playing members looking for the Spark builds this time around.
Sorry, that was wrong. It's Omega's actually on Spark instead of Thrownee. So we won't see the insane scaling from Thrownee, it seems like, with the Sparks unless he decides to deny it. But Toxsuh may get really scary soon.
Yeah, that is going to be an interesting thing to watch for, but I do feel like if you are committing to the Sparks as the first goal will go in, courtesy of a core flip that looked like it happened in the goal itself. But I am kind of curious, committing for Sparks on your most forward member, it can lead to them being very oppressive. But I feel like for Asher as well, you can always benefit from the size buffs as well. So the fact that they won't be going that direction, you'd have to think in theory. I'll be curious to see how that plays out. But I mean, Tox just as an Asher in general can be impressive, I feel like, sometimes without some of those awakenings. And we kind of saw it right there with the first barrier take.
Toxsuh, Asher is one of those characters where if she decides she wants to shove through you, she will. And Toxsuh is one of the best players at that. He will pretty much always get the goal if he really is in the position for it. And we can just see it there. And just an incredible strike were in the goal. Easy as that.
Yeah, I mean, that looked like Toxsuh was, you know, maybe 5 pixels closer to the core, but that was just enough time needed to sneak it through the top. So a great start right now from the Galaxatives. Already up by 2 in our first set. And
quick barrier from Thrownee there.
Yeah, quick. The first barrier is always the easy one. It's the second barrier, as I'm sure you know, there where the challenge will happen. But in a 2v1 situation, Omegas took the shot instead of the pass. Krinkos sees through it, and back the other way. Toxsuh actually wins in the 1v2 to get a barrier for their own.
Mirrored map there, and Toxsuh's just holding down the midfield right now. So that's not his job. He's just sitting right in between Omegas and Thrownee. They just can't get it through him, really.
Yeah, it's actually been really, really impressive to watch. And that hopeless feeling of being a forward where you want to help out your goalkeeper, but you need to hold your position and kind of hope for yeatzy to make that play, but the barrier will kind of help take down the other barrier. And now Toxsuh goes elusive for positioning and will slam it through. A quick set going to the Galaxatives.
Yeah, and I have to say, Toxsuh immediately standing out to me as the star of this game right now.
I don't think we saw Toxsuh lose a strike war that entire time.
I didn't see it. Yeah,
Big fish.
We're definitely looking for a big fish. I think on Finny here, we might be looking for a prime time or 1-2. Would be my guesses here. But they do really want to get that 1-2 punch to Zentara if they can.
Well, they didn't get the 1-2 punch down. Ooh. Well, actually, they did get it down. It looks like to Zentara, so that's good. I'm nervous about a Finny with prize fighter.
That is definitely a little bit scary. I think I would say 2glassesofmilk actually came out on top there. Even though Toxsuh got the big fish, they have gotten so much damage on 2glassesofmilk right now.
I know you can see that immediately. Esper already staggered. yeatzy plays that patient game. Now Omegas is going to go along the top. And I think you have to remember as well, because Omegas is going for the spark build as well with that prize fighter, that could actually synergize nicely depending on what kind of sparks come through later. So will be something to keep our eyes on. If this series starts to go back and forth in terms of that sets, Esper putting the pressure on for the goal. It's open, and here comes Tox. Doesn't have the position for the dunk.
It doesn't matter.
Was that Omega off the center post?
That, I'm not sure. I think that was yeatzy. I think Omega's tried to strike it, and Toxsuh just took it back.
Okay, there you go.
I think that was an attempted pass to Omega's.
Oh, team take log for Omegas, I guess, to get, well, try to get involved, but more of the same so far. 4 unanswered goals favoring the Galaxatives, and you can see with the possession game right now, Esper just biding their time. Patience, though, working in favor of yeatzy. Core flip, wanted the middle. Krinkos will be able to make the first save, so they lose 1 instead of 2 barriers as a big maelstrom opens the doorway back. We're at 1 barrier apiece.
Mirrored map here again, and Toxsuh just gets the barrier. Easy enough.
Toxsuh just does everything right now, and even though we're kind of stuck in Finny's special, it doesn't matter. Straight down the middle comes Esper, core flip, goal. Galaxatives 1 away from a 2-set lead.
You can just see the amount of pressure Toxsuh's putting on the goalie right now, where they have to use so many resources to just get rid of him, and then Esper can just get in there with a goal easy. They have nothing to stop the flip.
Esper does step forward once again. Toxsuh wasn't able to find it back off that
Galaxy's
center post.
Up there.
Krinkos doesn't find it just yet. Yeah, Toxsuh is just a menace right now, really. Kind of unstoppable on the attack.
Yeah, I mean, Asher is his signature character here, and it's really showing in this night market match. He's just sitting on the goalie right now.
I mean, when you're forcing the goalie to burn their evasive before, like, the core is even around, it's just going to make the attack that much easier as soon as the map does get flipped. And here we go. There's the core flip to open it up. And again, yeatzy doesn't have that evasive ability. Might be coming off cooldown soon, but it will not matter. Maelstrom will help escort it in, and that is 2 quick sets to the Galaxatives.
That was a beautiful Maelstrom, I have to say. As an era player, I appreciate that. That was the perfect spot and timing for that, where I don't think, unless yeatzy really wanted to try and shove it through Asher, I don't think there's much he could have done there.
So now comes a tough choice for this Asher. Do you go, you know...
And we're seeing rapid fire over Spark of Agility there for Asher. Kind of surprised.
That's what I was going to kind of question right now. I mean, Spark of Agility should probably now drop back down to Omegas, especially because, like, Agility, from what I've gathered, is considered the greatest Spark, but I feel like getting the more oppressive tools, speed isn't necessarily what this Asher is needed, and I mean, you don't need a late game Spark build if you're able to win in 3 sets. Yeah,
they're just trying to push their advantage right now, it seems, and rapid fire is just a really impressive training right now. I would even say it's the best training in the game, if I have to say, the best awakening.
So
strong.
So I think Toxsuh's in a very strong spot right now. You can see the barriers. There's the KO. So no goalie on the blue side. Toxsuh leading the charge. 1 barrier down. Krinkos steps in front of that midfield line on the power play, trying to find those passes. Good job by Thrownee, and Omega's actually sitting on Toxsuh as well as Esper, but they can't save the barrier before yeatzy respawns.
Great job from this entire goalie there. Kiss a wee, but no. We see Toxsuh just gets it through.
That was with 2 defenders in the way, and yes, you could say Esper was standing between them, but Esper really not needed in that situation except for the speed boost. 7 unanswered goals right now for the Galaxatives. They are on an absolute tear.
Absolutely, and you can see from this play just how much Toxsuh trusts EsperX right now. is he's just letting him try and 1v2 these 1v2 these forwards, and he's just going to the center. He's just going onto the goalie to be ready for that pass to get to him.
Oh, that's going to be the first goal going to 2 glasses of milk. It comes off of 2 core flips, but playing the top half of the map, they do find it. It was a little unfortunate for the Galaxatives. It looked like Esper had a chance to go for the double barrier, and it just wasn't quite on that white spot, so they wound up getting one and back against them. So finally, glasses of milk on the board. Maybe they can build some momentum off it.
This might be the momentum play they need. Just one goal sometimes is all you need to get that faith back in your system. And it seems like right now they're pushing their advantage very well, but an incredible maelstrom there by Esper. Looks like Toxsuh might have even been trying to bait him into that.
The KO was returned by Thrownee, but the big thing right now is Toxsuh with the core flip on the push. Big time save from yeatzy. Stopped the first one, but now with the barrier, can't save the second. Both of our other midfielders will respond. Good defense from Krinkos.
Amazing save.
This maelstrom, I think, is going to spell the end. No, not quite. Good little flip of the map by yeatzy, but now they're playing keep away from Toxsuh, who is still on the hunt. Krinkos should have an avenue to pass it back up, off the middle post, though. Thrownee can get the pressure. Second barrier down. A chance now for our team in blue. See a maelstrom. Not going to hit its mark. Krinkos up to the top. Toxsuh. No stagger. Goodbye. Easy shot from yeatzy.
Oh, but we have a flip here from Krinkos. This might be what they need to stall for Toxsuh to get back, but he has to use it.
Oh, and Thrownee has a flip as well, but
amazing stalling, and Toxsuh's back for it.
And the flip missed. It did make contact. That was such a good opportunity for the glass of milk. Now the maelstrom is just taking Omegas for a ride. Still is able to make the save as the pressure comes from Toxsuh. There's the dunk. There's the goal. Match point for the team in red.
Incredible play there from Galaxy, I have to say. Though keeping it out of the finial is a task on itself, and even though he wasted every cooldown, he was so smart the way he was doing it, and he just got it out just in time for Toxsuh to get back and shove it through with Thrownee.
And it's not just any finial too, it's a finial with Timeless Creator, right? These are big ults, so the fact that they got it out, pretty good sign.
And now Toxsuh there.
The match could be over. I mean, yeah, the finial creates a bit of space, but it's not nearly going to be enough. Keep your eyes on Toxsuh. Stagger doesn't matter. That's going to do it. The Galaxatives win this one 3-0.
Just amazing play there from, I mean, obviously Toxsuh was doing amazing, but I have to say, shout out to Krinkos there. Held down the fort really well and made sure to put pressure on the enemy forwards there, so they couldn't just bully Toxsuh the entire game, so he had all that space.
Quick look at the stats at the end of that one. I mean, look, it was a 3-0, so there's not going to be too much to get from it, but when you have a situation, I guess, where, you know, only 36 saves to 39 saves, like, it was so fast, and a lot of the shots were, like, so accurate when there's so much pressure. The biggest stat for me was the 8 goals out of Toxsuh in that forward position. Really was the difference maker in that series.
Really just showing off the strength of Asher, where if she wants to shove it through you, she absolutely will.
Look, all I'm saying is, Coach yeatzy, coach on my Coachable Cup team. I don't know if you've been looking at our team chat recently, but Igneous has been pushing me to pick up forward Asher. I know what it just did to you looked rough, but it's a pretty convincing argument, all right? I'm just going to put it on that.
You know, I have to agree there.
On that note, though, I'm just going to take a quick look, see what other games we've had that kind of finish. I mean, this one was fast. I don't really know if there are any other round 2 matches that would have finished by now.
That was
always worth to take a look. Well, I got a loading screen, so that's probably great. What do we have? Let's see. Well, Galaxatives 3 over. Oh, also, We're Here to Pay Alone did beat the Quiet Kids 3-0. Nerf Juno got their win over Temp Name Abandoned Us 3-0 as well. Dinos beat the Goalie Squishers. Allen Fan Club did beat Free Dubu. Zero Synergy got the win over the Goofy Goobers. That's all round 1.
Yeah, I think you might be looking at round 1.
Yeah, so, well, you know, it's good to refresh, remind people. I think we're going to throw to a break now. The big ones is that We're Here to Beat Alone, beat the Quiet Kids. That's the big result that we've had left. So we'll throw it to a break. When we come back, we'll have round number 3 when we return.